So anyway, speaking of which, the strike continues in my business, and yeah, I mean, I don't know. This is a very crazy time. I think where everybody who works for a living, in other words, works for other people, you got to support unions, because I feel like we are just going backwards, where we're going to go back to like, hey man, if you want a job, you got to like, it's got to be like slave labor. It really is like the level of greed. I'm even just talking about entertainment. I just straight across the board of these corporate, all of this out there, right? Going after this person said this person tweeted that, and da. All these little brush fires that they're acting, that they're like, it's like Armageddon. And meanwhile, all of these corporations, for the most part, are run by a small group of people at the top who are just lining their pockets. Incredible amount of wealth, which, hey, they're running the corporation. They should be wealthy. But, they're literally eliminating the middle class, which I feel is that was the thing that made this country great, is that you didn't have to own a company and oppress 800 people underneath you so you could get a big house or whatever. You could work for somebody, and they had to pay you a living wage. And with that living wage, you could buy a house, you could pay it off, and you could have a wife and kids. Like, I remember when I was a kid, like the milkman. Guy drove up in a truck, dropped off milk, picked up the empty bottles, and could afford to have, where inflation was and everything, how strong the dollar was, could afford to have a wife and a family, and the wife had the option of working or not. And I don't know. I think that they eliminated that. They went around the unions. I mean, let's be honest. The unions did get greedy themselves and had the owners of the fucking factories or whatever under their thumb, and maybe they pushed too far. And at some point, the factory's just like, well, fuck you. We're going to take it somewhere else. And I don't know, this global thing that the only way to turn a profit is if, there's people. It's like everybody's loving these electric cars, all these environmentalists, and it's just like, if you look how they get it, there's like pregnant women in these mines handling whatever the natural resource is without any barrier between them. It's just, why does it always have to be that way? It doesn't. And then they go, well, if we didn't, it'd be fucking $40 a gallon. And it's like, why is that? Why is that? It's because you're not willing to take less of a fucking salary. You're not willing to make less profit. So if you actually have to pay people a wage where they're safe and they can live somewhere halfway decent, you're just going to pass that expense on to the consumer. You're never going to take it out of your pocket. And like, just the level of that fucking greed, and the fact that is never, it's never addressed. I said that last time, like when someone was going like, this guy's writing on a hit show and he's living below the poverty line on the hit show, writing for a hit show. And somebody goes, well, maybe the actor should pay him some money. It's like, that's such a fucking stupid thing to say. That's like I said before, it's like you're working at Home Depot and the guy driving the forklift isn't making enough money. Oh, the guy managing the store. What about the owner of the fucking store? Sorry, kids are downstairs. And I also just like, what fascinates me is the lack of empathy that not just some random person, a person who's in the same boat has towards people like, well, get another job. It's like, you get another fucking job. What do you do for a living? And then what? I'm supposed to not support you if you have a problem? I don't get it. But the level of fucking greed that is going on out there, but I just don't think that it's going to take regular people joining together, because politicians are not, nor have they ever held corporations accountable if they do, they're just trashed in the media as socialists and communists and all that, and they destroy them before they even get a chance to get a campaign going. Or people pick that person, and then the Democratic Party goes like, yeah, no, we're not doing that. We're going to get you a fucking career politician that's going to get into the Senate, and there's no fucking rules against insider trading, and they're going to turn their $200,000 a year into $20 million, and it's totally fucking legal, and then they're going to go, I don't know what, go buy a fucking aquifer. All right, I'm off my fucking podium here. Anyway, it was very fun to be back east here, especially on this island, man. It's amazing. Like, it's just a great mix of people as far as like, people from around the world and like New York people, Boston people, different sports affiliations. Oh, my favorite thing, I met somebody at a coffee shop from New York, and he goes, I know you don't want to hear this, but I'm a Giants fan. Talking about the football team. That's like a thing. Like Giants fans apologizing to Patriots fans. And I'm like, why do they do that? It's like, we lost 2 to you, but then we won 3, lost 2 to you, and then won 3 more. And somewhere in there, lost to the Eagles. You know, like, what do you, like, it's that New York fucking thing where they have to figure out a fucking way. Next time a Giants fan goes, hey man, sorry, I'm a Giants fan. Like, what am I supposed to, oh, hey, sorry, I'm a Red Sox fan. Sorry about 04. Sorry, I'm a Giants fan. Well, that's all right. You made it up with the Knicks, the Nets, the Mets, the Jets, the Rangers, the Devils. Whatever your fucking soccer team is. The Yankees, choking away a foot. I would never do that. I don't give a fuck. It's just, I think it's because they can't chant 1918 at us anymore. So now they got to be, oh, sorry. I mean, I know this is going to bug you. Remember that game you lost last decade, the decade before? Yeah. I think I was like 38. I'm 55 now. I'm over it. I think that's what I'll say next time. Oh, sorry, I'm a Giants fan. Well, but all your other teams suck. And not to mention, we also have, you're going to make me do this, dude? We have more Super Bowls than the Jets, Giants, and Bills put together. You have 3 professional football teams, and you still have less rings than we do. So, apology accepted. Fucking jerk off. Oh, it's every reason why I don't go into those fucking chat rooms. Anyway, oh, look at me. Running my yap here. 32 minutes in. Let's do the reads here, huh?